Namaste, this is Sapna Pradarshi, your wellness coach, guide and friend. So welcome to day 2 of 21-day journey towards the complete fitness of your mind, body and soul. So in my previous video, I explained you about the body doshas and told you to take a test on my website wherein you can find out about the imbalances of your body doshas. You can get the exact percentage of your body doshas, that is Vata, Pitta and Kapha. I'm sure you must have taken. See, when I say, and you must have come to know which body dosha is dominant in you. So when I say dominant, see, please understand all the 3 doshas should be equal in our body. There is 33.33% should be each of those doshas in our body. So if you found that your doshas are in the range of 30 to 40, so that is fine, that is okay, because see, 5% here and there is perfectly fine. But if you saw that any of your doshas is above 40 or below 30, that means that is imbalanced. And if it is much above 40, that means that is the dominant dosha in you. So which is your dominant dosha? You are supposed to first balance that, first specify that. So once you do that, the other 2 doshas will be automatically balanced, because imbalance of these doshas will create different diseases in your body. You will not be able to lead healthy and happy life, as I've already discussed with you guys earlier. So first you specify your dominant dosha. Alright. So how to balance your doshas is what I'm here for to discuss today. I'm going to explain to you various yoga asanas, mudras, pranayamas, meditations and of course the diet pattern which you are supposed to practice in your daily life and balance your body dosha. The only issue is that whichever asana you do, you need to be very careful about it, because you should know the correct postures and correct way of doing it. So therefore what I'll do is, I'll share in my upcoming videos the correct postures and the right way of doing asanas, mudras and pranayama. So to begin with, I would like to address all those people who found their Vata dosha as dominant. They found their Vata dosha as imbalance in them. So let us see what all are you supposed to do in your daily routine, what changes you are supposed to bring into your daily routine. See, to start with yoga asanas, what you should do is, you start practicing Hasta Padasana, that is Uttanasana, we can call it. You can do Pavan Muktasana, Pachimotasana, then Balasana, and you can also do Dhanurasana, Ushtrasana, and then you must practice Surya Namaskar. See, Surya Namaskar is very important practice that you should follow, because Surya Namaskar alone will help you to balance all the 3 doshas. Surya Namaskar alone will help you to get rid of many other diseases also from your body, provided you do it religiously every day. Right? So in my upcoming videos during these 21 days, I will also talk about Surya Namaskar, how to do, what are the correct postures, what is the right method to do Surya Namaskar, so that you get the complete benefit. As far as mudras are concerned, before I continue which mudra you should do, I would like to address one issue here which in my previous video I explained to you. You remember I told you about these 5 fingers which represent the 5 elements in our body, right? This is fire, air, space, earth and water. These 5 elements represented by these 5 fingers. Now why it is important for you to know? Because when you do any mudra, for example if you do Jnana Mudra, now Jnana Mudra is done with the help of this index finger and this thumb, like this. You just join these 2, right, and keep it like this. You practice it. This is called Jnana Mudra, right? So when you practice this, which finger have you used? Index, which is your air element and fire element. That means when you use these 2 fingers or any of these fingers when you use, you should know which element are you using. So if you're using this finger and this finger, that means you are balancing your Yes, fire element and air element. Now for example, if you do, let's say you use this ring finger and thumb and make a mudra. So that means you are using your earth element and fire element. So you're balancing the earth element and the fire element in your body by doing this mudra. So this is the reason it is important for you to remember all these 5 elements with the fingers, which fingers they represent. So that you can easily focus on mudras, and you should know what mudra you are doing and what benefit you are getting out of it. Right? Okay. So as far as Vata dosha is concerned, you should do Akash mudra. You should do Jnana mudra, which I have just shown you. You should do Pranavardhak mudra. Prana, that is life energy. So you will be able to increase your life energy within you. Then you should do Vatanashak mudra. Now see, when I say Vatanashak mudra should be done by all those people only who found Vata as a very dominant in them, very high. They need to bring it down. They need to reduce it, Nashak, So then you practice Vatanashak mudra. But if it is low, you need to increase it. So you can do the other 2 mudras. So all the 3 mudras will help you. But Vatanashak should be done only when you need to reduce a lot your Vata, the dosha in your body. Then, coming to pranayama. So to pacify your Vata dosha in your body, you should do Nadi Shodhan pranayama. We call it Nadi Shuddhi pranayama. Now, Nadi Shodhan meaning you are cleansing your Nadi. Shushmana Nadi, if you see, that is in the center. There are 3 Nadis, Ida, Pingala and Shushmana. I normally call them that they are the 3 IPS officers in our body. IPS. I for Ida, P for Pingala and S for Shushmana. And how I remember, let me give you a logic. Very simple. IPS. If you look at, that is between I and P, I is a smaller letter in alphabetical order and P is bigger one. So right hand is our big hand. Normally we do all the work with our right hand, and left hand is a smaller hand. That's how we treat it, right? So I, small letter, so small hand. P, big letter, so big hand. So this side is Pingala Nadi and this side is Ida Nadi, and middle one is Sushmana, right? So when you do Nadi Shodhan pranayama, you clear your nadis. So Nadi Shodhan pranayama is basically done, you inhale from one nostril and exhale from another nostril. Then again you inhale from this nostril and exhale from another nostril. So this is how it is, Nadi Shodhan pranayama. I am not going into detail right now. You can watch my upcoming videos again to see how to do pranayama correctly. Okay, let's come to meditation. So when I talk about meditation, what kind of a meditation you should do to pacify your Vata dosha? See, you should do mantra meditation. When I say mantra meditation, meaning while meditating, you should put your complete focus, you should put your complete attention on the mantra. And especially I recommend Om mantra, because Om chanting has been accepted worldwide. So just focus on Om. You can also use Ram, Hrim, Shring. You can also use, Lang, which are chakra related mantras. When you do meditation on chakras, you can use those mantras. But here you should focus on Om, then Shring, then Ram, all these mantras you can use. You can also use beads. That is your, you can see Rudraksh Mala. You can use that. When you do, you are continuously counting and you are concentrating and focusing Om, Om. So that way your Vata dosha will be pacified. Okay. Other than this, you should do one more meditation by doing visualization. That is, I normally call it astral travel. You can actually do this through my NHM series meditation also. I have many guided meditation. I made you people do 14-day of guided meditation challenge sometime back. So you can follow my guided meditation also. Now here what you do is you use your brain. You use your brain power. You just put your mind and visualize the watery images like ocean, lake. For earth element you can imagine like mountains. Okay. Then you can also imagine some garden, flowers. So visualize them and meditate on them. See, meditation is nothing but to engage your mind into something, and in whatever thing you are engaging your mind, the idea is to attract those characteristics into you. right? That is the reason we say full moon, so you should do full moon meditation, because when you actually meditate during full moon on moon, you attract those characters of moon within you. Okay, so that is how you should do meditation on these different things. Then finally we come to diet. Now when I come to diet, what kind of a food you should take and what kind of food you should not take, that not is also very important. See, vata in nature is dry and cold, so avoid taking cold food. Do not drink cold water, don't drink cold drinks. The food also should be little warm when you eat. Eat freshly cooked food. Never drink cold water, especially chill water. People, I see normally people take the water bottle also from the market. They say, please give me completely chilled. Arey bhaiya, why are you inviting the disease into your body? Never ever drink refrigerated water. You should always drink the normal water, normal temperature water. So please, in case you are following the practice of drinking completely cold water or refrigerated water, please remove it immediately, because that is the big poison in your lifestyle. You don't do it, your children will not do it, right? So avoid taking this kind of a food. You eat the food which has a lot of oily in nature, moist, which is smoothie, nourishing to your body. When I say oily food, that means, I'll give you an example. For example, groundnuts. Now groundnuts is oily in nature. We take out oil from it. Mustard, that is again oily in nature. So you should use more of those products into your daily life. Also remember, please avoid carbonated food and drinks. When I say carbonated drinks, meaning cold drinks, soda, and also avoid uncooked food. Please do not eat food which is leftover food. We normally keep the leftover food in the fridge and next day we eat it. This is the routine practice that I see a lot of families follow it. Please don't do that. Just eat freshly cooked food. You make only that much. Alright? So follow these practices regularly, religiously, and you will see that your Vata dosha is getting balanced. Now let us come to Pitta dosha dominant people. All those who found imbalance in Pitta dosha after taking a test, let me talk to them now. See again, Pitta is the combination of fire and water. If these two elements are imbalanced, we get a problem of Pitta dosha, and that creates indigestion, gastric problems, acidity, motion, many stomach related problems we face. So what you should do is to start with Yogasana. I would suggest you to do Salabhasana. Then I will say Paschimottanasana. You should do Ardhamatsyendrasana, Balasana, Matsasyasana. Then finally you should do Surya Namaskar. Right? You must follow these practices. Now finally, when I come to mudras, you should do Prana Mudra, because you need to increase your life energy. So do Prana Mudra and you do Prithvi Mudra. These two mudras you should be practicing regularly. See, mudras you should do at least 40 to 45 minutes every day. Then only you will get the benefit from them. So when I say 40 to 45 minutes every day, it really looks like, oh my god, 45 minutes? Difficult. Yes, I can understand. So I'm not telling you to do continuously 40 to 45 minutes. What you can do is you can break it into 3 parts, 15 minutes each. And the best part about mudra is that you can do it anytime. You don't need a designated time for it. You're watching television, please do mudras. You're working, you're doing your office job from home, one hand is free, so please do mudra. So practice mudras accordingly. Now coming to pranayama, as I told you that this is fire and water element imbalance. So you should do Shitali pranayama. The word itself says Shital. You cool your body. When you perform the Shitali pranayama, you cool your body. So coolness will come with it. Then you should do Nadi Shodhan pranayama. Here also, when I talk about meditation, you should do concentrative meditation. Concentrate on your breath. Focus on your breath. Inhale deeply and exhale heavily. So when you do this practice, inhaling and exhaling, so please understand your complete focus should be on your breaths, taking in and taking out. Do this concentrative meditation. This will help you to balance your Pitta dosha. Okay. Then finally coming to diet. Diet, well, we know this. Pitta is because of this heat. A lot of heat is generated inside body. We feel acidity. We feel burning sensation inside our body, in stomach, even in chest area. That is because of Pitta is imbalance. So what you should do is, do not eat hot food. Do not eat spicy food. You should take food which is, of course, freshly cooked, but cold food. Try to take the fruits and vegetables fresh, and especially when you choose your fruits, remember you should choose the fruits which are sweet in nature. That will smoothen your body, that will reduce the heat inside your body, and keep drinking a lot of water. Pitta dosha people should drink a lot of water regularly. Normal temperature, so keep drinking a lot of water. Please avoid any fruit or food or vegetable which is bitter in nature. For example, bitter gourd. So if you eat that kind of a food or too much of a spicy food, it will aggravate your Pitta problem. So please avoid it. Take a lot of fruit juices. Take freshly made juices. Take some cold herbal drinks at home. That will help you. And please take fresh fruits and vegetables in the form of salads at least 30 to 40 minutes before your meals. That will help you to digest your food inside. At the same time, you should also avoid taking hard drinks. Hard drinks in the form of caffeine, beer, So do not take such drinks. That will also aggravate your Pitta problem. And do not go to bed immediately after having your meal. That is something very important. Try to digest your food. So do a lot of, you should do some walking, number 8 walking after every meal of yours. One of my videos will talk about number 8 walking also. So see how to do it. You can do it in your room, in your lobby, anywhere. So practice that. No need of really going out and taking long walks or gym or something. No, light exercise is what needed. And after eating, all the people who have this Pitta dosha problem, please do Vajrasana. That will help you to digest. You should sit 10 minutes at least in Vajrasana after having your meal. So this is how you can control and balance your Pitta dosha. Alright. Now let me talk to Kapha dosha dominant people. See, the imbalance of Kapha will create many problems, especially obesity. You will gain weight, and that is one of the root cause of many diseases. Therefore, balancing Kapha is very important. Right? So what you should do is, as we know that Kapha is the imbalance of Kapha is due to the imbalance of earth element and water element, because earth and water together is what make Kapha. To balance your Kapha dosha, to start with Yogasana, you should do Utkatasana, that is your chair pose. Then you should do Ardha Chandrasana, Salabhasana, Trikonasana, Vrikshasana, that is a tree pose. Then you should do Dhanurasana, and finally you should practice Surya Namaskar. Alright? Then coming to mudras, you should do Samana Mudra and Kapha Nashak Mudra. See, when I say Kapha Nashak Mudra, that means you are reducing your kapha. So Kapha Nashak Mudra should be done only by those people who found kapha in very high ratio in their body. Right? So then you should do Kapha Nashak Mudra regularly. Otherwise, you can just practice Samana Mudra, which is very simple. Samana Mudra is like simplest mudra of all, just joining all the fingers, all the 4 fingers and a thumb together, the tips like this. And practice it for 40-45 minutes in a day, every day. You will be able to, in fact, Samana Mudra will help you to balance all the 3 doshas. So I recommend all kind of people to practice Samana Mudra. When I come to Pranayama, to pacify your Kapha dosha, you should practice Bhastrika Pranayama. That is, bellows, breathe. when we talk about meditation, which I can recommend you to pacify your kapha dosha, that is concentrative meditation. Again, you concentrate. Concentrative meditation can be done in various ways. You can use my NHM series also. But here, when I say concentrative meditation, you concentrate on your internal organs like your stomach, your chest, your lungs, your throat, your head, where your kapha is located. So just focus on that, because your brain is everything. Your mind is guiding your body that look, kapha you need to reduce, the kapha need to be reduced in your body. So what mind says, your body does that. So there has to be sync in your physical and mental body. You should also do chakra meditation. Meditate on your chakras in the body. You again use my guided meditation. Now let us talk about the diet. What should be your diet plan? What kind of a food you should take and what kind of a food you should not take. To start with, as we know that kapha is because of this water and earth element. Okay, so stop taking the cold drinks, the cold water. Don't be in the chilly weather. Stop using AC and all. Okay, so that is something like stop taking any cold food. You should replace your cold food with the warm, lukewarm food, freshly cooked food. You should eat, and of course you should eat at the right time, the designated time. Whatever your time is designated, please try eating at the same time every day, and do not eat too much at one time. Eat in moderate. You should not fill your stomach, please understand. You should always keep your stomach 1/4 empty, whatever your capacity is. You should only eat 3/4 of the capacity of your stomach, including water. Right? That will help you to make your body healthy. You should include these spices in your daily food, that is cinnamon, cloves, ginger. Please increase the use of these items in your daily diet. Then you please take some herbal drinks which you can make at home. One I can recommend right now to you, that is take some cumin seeds, let's say 1 spoon or half spoon. For 1 cup, if you have to take half teaspoon cumin seeds, then coriander seeds if you have, half spoon, small part of ginger and some jaggery. Put it in this 1 glass of water and boil it for 5 minutes. Right? And after that, you filter it and drink it with lukewarm. Don't take it very hot, but it should be warm. Right? So that will help you to pacify your cough. At the same time, I strongly recommend that you should detoxify your body at least once a week. So keep fasting, maybe complete fasting, maybe partial fasting, maybe intermittent fasting. What you can do is you should take lot many juices and fresh fruits. You must take lot many juices and fresh fruits. That will help you, and drink a lot of water, lukewarm water. That will help you to clear your body. Any extra wastage will go out, because see, any machine needs a servicing. So this is a kind of a servicing that you are doing to your body. Remember, this detoxification will help you to remove any kind of radical from your body. Okay, the congestion, the blockages will be automatically removed. So please make sure that you do detoxify your body once a week. Along with this, I also suggest you to do a few more things, especially for kapha dosha dominant people. Please bring some newness to your daily routine. When I say newness to your daily routine, when you do everything one new thing. Maybe when you cook, please cook something new, some painting, some singing, some sort of thing which you like. Please add one newness to your daily routine. That will help you make more active, and you will be very energetic. You will be enthusiastic. Then stay warm. I already told you to take warm food and all, but try to be in the warm environment also. So don't use AC. And finally, I say that perform the nasal clearance exercise, that is Jal Neti, and use Jal Neti pot for it. See, Jal Neti is very simple. Only the thing is you should do it correctly. what you need to do is, how we do it, we just take we pour the water from one nostril in slowly and we bring it out from another nostril. But we use a Jalneti pot for it. And especially I suggest you use lukewarm water while doing the Jalneti. So hope I have explained to you how you can balance your Vata dosha, Pitta dosha and Kapha dosha. All you need to do is, you need to be firm that look, I need to balance my life because I need a healthy life. My family is there. I need to go long way. Alright? So keep practicing. To practice how to follow these practices and all, just keep watching all my videos. Before we stop, please subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss out on any of these upcoming videos. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Stay healthy. Namaste and be blessed by the Divine Power.